Hello everyone, this is going to be IMLI3 here, bringing you another StarCraft 2 Wings of Liberty cast. It's going to be for my, whoops, don't want to see that, my application for the Quantic Gaming for casting. So this probably should turn out better with having my previous cast done. So get me a warm up here. So what do we got here? We got KraveN saying good luck, have fun. Again, my buddy KraveN, been friends with him for a while. He has also started his own team with his other buddy here, exaltedReya. Now, again, the map is Entoombed Valley. And yes, okay, there is sound. It was really quiet there for a second. I wasn't so sure. The map is Entoombed Valley. KraveN is spawning in the bottom right location as the green Protoss. His opponent and friend, exaltedReya, spawning in the top right. Did I say bottom left for KraveN? It probably was bottom right. Top right as the pink Terran. I need to watch Jison's build more closely. LOL, it looks fun to do perfectly, especially if we follow this probe. They spot 2 gas, but not the robo. They assume Void Ray. So KraveN talked to Ray about some interesting build tactics. So to mention more information about these players. KraveN has been playing Protoss for quite a while, I suppose. Main is his Protoss. I don't think he knows much of how to play in the other races. He is a Masters player, though, and has been Masters consistently for a while. Reya, on the other hand, I believe he's a higher level of a Masters for a Terran, but they do seem to enjoy playing each other a lot. KraveN I've played against a lot, so I know much of his playstyle, I suppose. However, Reya I have not played really much. I think I maybe played 1 game against him. I'm sure I saw other games of him played, but only one. And I did happen to win that game. It was interesting. Well, okay, it was just another TVZ, but the point being, Reya is indeed Masters level player. This is a Masters level game here. Yes, about them and their connection and this whole team here, you can see they both share the name Exalted. Probably going to be a first time for you guys seeing that name. The story behind that, KraveN used to be part of the team Chronic Fracture. Did that about half a year ago or so. But for a while there, Chronic Fracture was slipping off, and that and even Legit Gaming is gone now. Those 2 clans are no more. But KraveN didn't like what was going on with Chronic Fracture. Wanted to make his own clan, but didn't really have what he needed to make that, and that's kind of interesting here. Reya is opening Reactor Barracks Command Center. So he's going to be able to double that Marine production. There he goes. So I guess he wants to put on some just Marine pressure. That's kind of interesting why he wouldn't allocate the reactor to a factory for Hellions, since he already got the gas anyways. And actually, oh. Why is Reya banking almost 200 gas now? What is going on in this game? This is supposed to be a Masters level game, right? No, I know it's a Masters level game. I played these players. I indeed know this, but why is Reya still mining gas? And here we have KraveN's 1 Stalker and Zealot pushing up here. Let's see how much micro is going to happen here. We got 1 Marine down. The Zealot's about to fall. He's retreating, and he just barely gets out of there. And if KraveN pulls all the way back, he will have taken down 2 Marines and kept his own units alive. So if we take a quick look at the units lost, 100 for Reya and none for KraveN. So good for him. But Reya, why are you still mining gas? You have 300 now and no factory. And yeah, okay, so Reya's putting down a sneaky expansion command center here. But how? If KraveN just pushed with like a 4-gate right now, he would win. But instead he has a robo and an expansion of his own going down. Quite a bit further behind Reya's expansion here. Reya! Build something that uses gas. There you go. Now he's building a factory. Holy jeez. I don't see how that could have possibly been intentional. The bank 400 gas for that long. Not even putting a bunker down here, so he's feeling absolutely safe. And throwing down even a freaking hidden expansion. I don't know, maybe Reya was sleeping for a while this game was going on. KraveN already knew Reya before that. I assume Reya was in some other clan at the time. But KraveN wanted to start his own clan, and he's like, hey, Reya, let's start our own clan. Reya didn't really want to leave his old clan to start a new one with KraveN, but then, as it so happened, Reya traveled to the town where KraveN is, Montreal, I believe, for whatever reason, and they met up, and since they met in person, they were like, oh, okay, fine. Then they made a clan together, and now it's Exalted. It's small, not a lot of players, some good players. Although I'm told not good enough to take on Zeke's, whatever Zeke's team was, or their weekly tournaments or whatever it is. So what do we got? Starport, Tech Lab on the factory, probably going to be Cloak Banshees coming out of there soon, as Reya definitely needs to spend some of that gas. KraveN's got the Proxy Pylon, Immortal, a couple Sentry Warpins, probably going to wait for, let's see, who do we got here? Yes. Probably going to wait for another Zealot Warpin before, there we go, before he pushes up the front here with this Immortal to see what kind of damage he can cause. Unfortunately for him, there is actually no bunker here defending this. It is all pure Marines, and oh, he actually sees us now. He has an Observer out. And he's making another Immortal. Kind of interesting. Let's see, did he scout the entire base yet? He did not. So he should definitely put that Observer to good use here. In the meantime, yes, Banshee, but no Cloak, actually. And we have Siege Tank with Siege Mode, so Reya's finally deciding to spend that gas, with a lot of barracks as well. So he's getting after a big Marine wall here, gonna be getting a little everything, but we'll see. KraveN's pushing up now. Force fields, oh, trapping exactly half of the Marines in between this little makeshift wall that he made here. Didn't even try to cancel those depots to try and get those Marines out of there, and now, suddenly Reya, take a look at the army supply. Or is it Control A? There we go. Falling rapidly. Reya's got very little left, and there's 2 Immortals, couple Stalkers, but oh, hello, Banshee, and a Siege Tank. The Banshee, I don't know, there's enough Stalkers and Sentries to take out the Banshee, and there's only 1 Siege Tank. Oh, SCV is getting trapped on the low ground now. I don't see how Reya's going to be able to hold this one, unless KraveN just pulls back. KraveN, what are you doing? KraveN, you were winning. Go back. There you go. Okay. Well, now that he's waited that long, I think Reya might have a chance here. He's trying to set up a bunker to put these Marines in. Oh, but that instantly gets shot down by that Immortal. Siege Tank trying to do some damage here. I'm going to definitely force a lift off for this orbital. KraveN, I hope he's still getting saturation yet. His natural is almost fully saturated now. So you'll definitely be able to fall back and still be in a good position from this, but at the same time, Reya's got this hidden expansion, and it's got some workers at it, so he's going to have a little extra income here, although he is pretty much broke. KraveN's macro is also falling quite behind himself. How many gateways does he actually have? Just 3. Yes, he definitely needed to add those 2 gateways on a little bit sooner, but Reya with the defense here of 2 Siege Tanks, a Banshee, and he's horribly supply blocked, so come on, KraveN, you can do this. You can definitely push in there, and you even have the Observer right here, so you can just walk the Immortals up to the Siege Tank and snipe them. I'm not sure why he's not deciding to go in and win right now. We take a look at his vision really quick. He sees what his opponent has. Practically nothing. Compared to him, anyways. What is he bringing up? Okay, double forge. That's nice. That's always good to have. Probably could have maybe got that a little sooner, knowing that there was Banshees on the field in case of the threat of Cloak Banshees. Looks like KraveN brought in a Warp Prism. Didn't I see another Immortal coming out of that robo, though? Who knows. But here we go. Loading up the 2 Immortals. Let's see them drop behind those Siege Tanks and totally rip them apart. Now there are 3. And are there any more Banshees? The one is almost complete. KraveN looks like he's gearing up to get that big push coming, but I don't know. It seems like he might have waited a little too long, giving Reya that breathing room. Immortals dropping down. 1 tank almost gets immediately sniped, but since that tank is still left alive, it's going to be doing big splash down on those Zealots, and there we go, dropping the Immortals again on the ramp so the SCVs can't get us around. Marines target firing the Immortal, though. Where's the Warp Prism? Is it going to pull them out? Yes, it is. Siege Tanks doing good damage, getting target fired at the same time. Stalker's getting surrounded, Zealot's not getting in on the action. KraveN needs to get some more Warp-ins here. He's got a lot of money. If he just warped in a bunch of Zealots and Stalkers, he could definitely break this front, but as it is, oh, I didn't even see. Must have been the Marines target firing that Immortal. Got it finally taken out. And yes, KraveN did indeed wait a little too long to push that in. Again, with the Observer here, I don't know why he wasn't able to realize that he had a much stronger... You saw it when I pulled up the Army tab, he has like 30 to 12 Army supply. As it is now, it's 30 to 24. Even workers. What about the workers kill, though? Workers killed, wow, 37. 15 minutes in, KraveN has killed 37 workers, and he is having a blast about that. But since Reya has a sneak expansion and Mule's extra, he is far from out at this point. And now we're coming into the part where Terran starts to take control of, well, this is, yeah, mentioned by pretty much everyone always, but at about this point in the game is where Terran starts to take control in TVP and forces Protoss on their defensive forefront, we'll say. As for KraveN, I would assume Colossus would be a good follow-up to this, but he's getting double Forge, still making Immortals, even though there's absolutely no Marauders. Just, well, for the siege tanks, of course, that's good, but Colossus would definitely be better right now as he needs that range advantage. And we got Reya gearing up to take another expansion. This hidden expansion still has been completely uncontested. I should probably get on that gas mining there soon, until just now. Oh my! KraveN with some sort of creepy sense here finds this, and these SCVs are definitely all going to die. Come on, KraveN, you see the expansion, right? Is he gonna move his army there? Oh, Banshee. Hi, Banshee. What are you doing? Maybe just some zealots? Not sure why he didn't immediately send his entire army there to deny this huge amount of mining here that Reya's got. Oh man, this base is half mined out already. Here come the zealots now, going to be taking all these SCVs out. Nom 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 nom. They even have +1 now, so oh SCV carnage. Do we even want to look at the workers killed tab? 46, 48. And, oh no, the rest of the SCV is running into the... Oh my goodness. 60 workers killed this game. And we are only 16 minutes into it. That's the kind of worker count you would expect 30 minutes into a game. Oh, that was a hefty loss for Reya. Fortunately for him, well, he's already getting his own third. Or maybe you would count that as a fourth. Is Reya actually going to let that expansion get away? Let's see, we had a bit of Banshee Thrust, but that didn't appear to do much. Got 3 kills. I don't know if that was in the frontal engagements beforehand. But, so the double Forge upgrades. KraveN's about to be... If he chronos that again, 2-2. Where Reya is 0-0-0, I believe. Yes, no upgrades at all. Finally adding in lots of Marauders here. And some medevacs. But KraveN definitely... Oh, he's going to go and snipe this Banshee, and then bye-bye Banshee. Even gets the one shot. Oh, that was awesome. But KraveN, you should probably like double expand right now. And oh, there we go. Finally working on that Colossus production. But he definitely needs to double robo this. Of course, I don't know if he can really afford that with double Forge off the 2 base. But that's why he should have expanded quite a while ago. Should have expanded immediately once he had this position filled. And the Terran had tanks here defending and he couldn't push up. But it also means that he couldn't really push out either. So as it is, KraveN is somehow still falling behind in this game, even after, you know, this right here. So we'll have to see. We should see KraveN make some adjustments to his game plan after this. Now, Reya finally moving out. That's a lot of tanks when he's moving out with his 1-1. He's only got 2 medevacs with this army though, so Stim is going to have to be very careful. And oh no, KraveN, what are you doing? Do not run into that army on a choke with Stim and siege tanks. That is very, very bad. 2 medevacs will be able to do lots of lifting up in the main here. But if he splits up his army like that, I don't know if KraveN might have an easier time getting the surround. Those Immortals are going to have to tank those tank shots a lot. Guardian Shields, Force Fields, we're going to have to see how this all turns out. I don't know, it's just in that choke like that. KraveN can't get the surface area. You see how many Zealots he has. Here we go, 2 Colossus coming into the fray now. He's roasting away so many of the Marines. Zealots getting in on those Marines, and the tanks are doing splash damage on his own units. And wow, KraveN with amazing cleanup here. Almost, oh, he does lose the Colossus though. That was a bit of a misclick there by him. And the Immortals stay alive, most of the Stalkers, and all the Sentries stay alive. Well, that engagement couldn't have gone better for KraveN really, and now he's stepping way into action. He should definitely throw down another expansion and a robo. And just press this advantage that he had. Man, that was one of the cleanest wipes of an evenly matched Terran army I have ever seen. Without even the use of Storm. But, hey, 2-2, man. He had the +1/1 off his opponent. A couple scouting marines here going to try and do something. I'm not sure if they were just looking to get some probe kills or... No, I think it's a misrally. As, that definitely looks like a misrally right there. Oh, those poor mariners. Now then, Reya, even though KraveN completely crushed that army, his expansion didn't get up till, like, just now. Yes, these minerals are freshly mined, so Reya is now replenished that army almost completely, and now he's adding Vikings to the mix, so KraveN is making a Dark Shrine. Just thought I should let you know. But did he actually... get off that. Did he research... Yes, he has charge... yes. Charge and blink. Although I didn't see it for that battle, so he must not have had a charge done just then and didn't need to blink those stalkers. This command center has been floating around the map this entire game, and has not been able to land because KraveN's been chasing it with zealots. Now then, okay, that was a little confusing there. But it looks like Ray's going to try and land the expansion command center to a location that KraveN just made accessible to himself. And Reya, what the heck? When did he suddenly pull ahead in 30 supply? And with bad macro. KraveN, you better start pulling your game together here, buddy. Reya's coming in now with another huge army of tanks. So many more tanks than he had before. Colossus getting in on this choke point, though. Zealots getting in on top of the army to tank. And this is looking really good for KraveN. If he loses one Colossus, but if he can just keep them alive, he could always retreat to the high ground. His tanks doing massive amounts of damage, and the Vikings trying to target fire those Colossi. And another good exchange there for KraveN, I would say. And as the Observer does fall. Lots of gateways finishing up, but right now KraveN doesn't have the mineral income. He's actually on 2 base mining right now. So would Reya be... pretty much. Actually, wait. Where does SCVs go? I thought Reya was fully saturated at the 3rd here. Oh, here we go. Some DTs coming in on this army. That'll... Never mind. Never mind. That'll do diddly squat. Okay. Oh, here we go. DT on the high ground. Gonna be sniping out those mules. That'll be helpful a lot, but... KraveN just needs a lot more mineral income right now. He just needs so many zealots to get... And you know what? He also needs to walk around this army and... Yeah, do just that. Bring in a group of zealots, charge and take out the reinforcements. Then he can get the surround and completely crush the Terran army. Although it looks like he's going to be trying to lower the command center to block the zealot wall from coming in, but KraveN, oh no, losing control there for a second due to the deterrence, but nice force fields cutting in, trapping in some of those units. exaltedReya somehow is still way ahead in supply. Let's take a look. Units killed. Nope, don't want to look at that. We don't want to look at army supply. Yes, he has 40 supply ahead of KraveN right now. It's just this bad choke point he's put himself in with KraveN's Colossi. He's only got 2 stalkers left in this army, though, so these Vikings will be able to take out this Colossi no problem now. Reya's still pushing in here. He's still mining off the same amount of KraveN, so I'm not sure why KraveN isn't able to macro as much as Reya is right now. But here we go, pushing in again with Charge Lodge, trying to snipe some tanks, forcing a stim. There's 1 medevac with no energy left. Those Vikings desperately trying to take out this Colossi and forcing the engagement here. Those Marines trying to get target fired by the Colossi, does a nice amount of damage, but unfortunately KraveN, wow, that was actually a lot of supply loss in those Marines. KraveN losing his Crux unit, the Colossi, and now Reya will be able to push with this siege line. Fortunately for KraveN, that base is practically mined out now, but we've got to be careful of those probes. The tanks and Vikings are closing in, and really, I guess... Oh, Archons, that's a good choice, yeah, Archons. I can hit Vikings and tanks, and doesn't take maximum damage from either of them. Good choice from KraveN there. But he's definitely going to need quite a few more than that if he wants to break this. Let's see, missile turret getting set up. It doesn't want another surprise DT to come into that. To have to scan and blow away in an instant. Reya has not yet expanded again himself, which is kind of odd considering his positional advantage right here. He could pretty much stop the reinforcements just a little bit and expand all over this area of the map, uncontested. as he's forcing KraveN here to defend. But good that KraveN's got his 4th base established, which puts him at 2 mining bases still, which I believe Reya is down to pretty much 1 mining base. That's a lot of Vikings, though. Only 1 Colossus, so not sure how much that's going to matter. 1 Archon goes down pretty fast to the siege tanks, but since they don't take a lot of damage, even the Zealots tanking a lot for that, and this army's doing a lot of damage here, but the tanks are very far spread out, and the Vikings are now landing. And we're going to see, this is really close. Another Colossi coming in from the back, and it looks like KraveN is going to defend. Yes! What are his upgrades? Ours up? Yes, 331. Whereas Reya is still behind in the upgrades, so the upgrades just are really so important in this matchup when it comes to engagements like that. That's so great. And oh no, Reya just throwing down so many mules. All of his mules just landed right here, and he's gonna barely get any money for that. He should probably send some of those mules to repair and just continue trying to mine. But it looks like that expansion command center is not gonna get away. Oh man, those +3 stalkers taking that down so fast. Reya only being able to afford +3 attack right now. Or wait, no, he can afford every upgrade he could possibly get right now. That was a mistake by him then, forgetting to get that +3, and that's probably going to be game costing at this point. Both player supply has gotten pretty low again. We're back to about a state of 14 minutes into this game. See what I mean? Talking constantly for this long and trying to sound interesting is already starting to get onto my voice. In a bit. But we'll continue doing it. Was that a drop? I don't know. I think those were just leftover medevacs from before. Oh, they're garbage medevacs now. Reya not expanding aggressively enough. Had an opportunity quite a while there while he was sieged up in this location. Could have easily taken this base and made it a planetary and could, been still pulling ahead in the game right now. But as it is, he's sticking to the Marine siege tank with some Marauders. It's a nice choice, but I mean, he's kind of splitting his focus. I liked what he did up there, but now he has to defend with this, and across this very large terrain, he's going to need the mobility, and not the sturdiness of the siege tanks. Yeah, can definitely easily see that DT, and a missile turret, is he going to be able to target it in time? No, KraveN throwing away DTs into the Terran army. So, a bit of a bummer there for him. Now, question is Reya going to be able to hold this oncoming push of, that's a lot of Zealots. And as it is right now, I guess the Marines would be the best versus Zealots? With how much armor they have? 4 armor. The Marines currently doing 9 damage, so still keeping it at 5 damage. The Archons, I don't know, this is just looking like, do this Templar, oh, the Templar even have Storm. It looks like KraveN's gearing up to do a game-ending push here. I don't think the Reya is going to be able to hold this. KraveN with these now establishing a 5th expansion here. He's going to have all the income he needs to reinforce this. And if Reya loses this base, that's it. He is going to be mined out. So we'll have to see if these siege tanks are able to pull through for him. There, he actually... Oh, good for Reya. Did remember to get that +3 armor, and it looks like it may just finish in time for him, and vehicle weapons level 2. KraveN just waits a little bit longer. If Reya maybe put a drop somewhere... No drop. I'm not sure why he's not dropping. He desperately needs that extra bit of time to get these upgrades finished to be able to defend this. I'm wondering why KraveN kind of... Oh, it must be the sensor tower. KraveN pulled back his main army, and now he's trying to trick Reya into thinking he's not maxed? I don't know. But here we go. KraveN's pushing in... Well, he was pushing in, but then he decided not to. And then he's pushing all the way back out of the range of the sensor tower. And he's warping in. DT's over here. And, oh no, Reya didn't make this a planetary, so these DTs are going to die instantly. Never mind. Oh, maybe not instantly. Yes, instantly. KraveN, why is your army here? Shouldn't it be pushing the front of the enemy? I don't know. This is very confusing. How many times has that been now that where KraveN has had a game-winning army and has pulled back instead of forward? That baffles me greatly. But as it is, well, KraveN's just maxed, so we can't really say anything about the macro anymore. The bases are looking sort of fine. I don't know. It looks like Reya's a little empty. Could probably use a couple more production facilities, but now both players are maxed. So even though Reya didn't do anything, KraveN pulled all the way back, and now he's sort of evened out the game. Reya definitely still needs to get another expansion because he's just about on one mining base again. And I can say again because they started out on one mining base, okay? KraveN now pushing forward again, even though nothing changed. Maybe he was waiting for a double storm? Well, we're about to find out as he's pushing forward. There's... how many tanks do we have here? That's a lot of tanks. Bunkers being set up everywhere. Reya is determined to hold this position when all KraveN has to do is swing around here, snipe that, and run away. But he's going to push forward anyways, and here we go. That's a lot of units. Lots of charge lots just running in on these tanks. With them being so far spread out, it's easy for the Zealots to get on top of that. Nice storms going down, taking out most of that bio. And Zealots crushing through the rest of the siege tank line. Oh, that is just so one-sided. Colossus in the back. Looks like all the Vikings got taken out from the splash damage of the Archons, but... oh, looks like Reya, with a couple extra siege tanks in the back, just barely manages to hold that. But as it is right now, KraveN could probably warp in like 20 Zealots and then 20 Stalkers and push again. Instead, he only warps in 7. Don't tell me he only has 7 gateways. That's 8, 9... yeah, he's got like 12 gateways. KraveN... oh, that's where the rest of his warp in was. My bad. It was High Templar over here. Okay, now let's see KraveN. Push again. Push again. That's what you gotta do. Warp in with so many gateways after the big macro engagement like that, and push again. Or is he gonna wait for a second warp in round? I don't believe he chronoed... oh, he actually has a lot more gateways down here. I don't believe he chronoed any of those gateways, so just gonna wait for a full round to go off. KraveN establishing another base and actually spending some of that warping on DTs. Here we go. Lots of Zealots and Sentries. Sentries will be good. Keeping the splash damage down and forcing those Marines into choke points so they can't so easily run away. Ah, poor Reya has been able to mine peacefully from this base so much. Medevac count is finally high now for him, which he definitely could have used that a long time ago. But instead he was forced to focus on the Vikings to deal with the Colossi, which worked out pretty well from him. He almost cleared out all of KraveN's Colossi. But he just also needed the medevac count to keep that bio alive from after those storms hit. And, oh, wait a second. Ah! Oh, you're so cool, Reya! Getting the fortification bunker. I thought these bunkers looked a little different. Oh, that is so awesome. Now then. KraveN has now maxed himself out again. Any Templar in this... there's a couple Templar. I don't quite have enough energy for Storm yet, so I assume KraveN's gonna wait a little bit on that one. Putting in some cannons in the middle of the map, for what I can determine is absolutely no reason at all. But it's allowing Reya to take the other expansion that he desperately needs. He's on one mining base, while KraveN is one, or rather half, so 2.5 bases. And, oh, he's had such good timings with these Zealots all game, hasn't he? Just, well, he was, but then he decided not to follow the Zealots and run into a small army of Bio instead. And then those Zealots did absolutely nothing. Except kill a turret and a Marine. So, both players are maxed on basically everything. Ooh, we got a mothership in production. Good for KraveN. Although I still feel like, even looking at the supply, looking at the army supply, KraveN's had this game for a while now. Just guess he's just laying back. Alright, and I'm not sure where exactly my recording program just stopped there for a moment, so we're going to go ahead and get back into this game now and finish this up. I don't see it lasting too much longer, as KraveN has got basically twice the army of Reya, and Reya is not even fortifying his front with planetaries. He's too poor and can't afford them. He's using orbitals instead. And engineering bays, but those can't lift off, so I'm not sure why bunkers wouldn't have... not bunkers. Barracks. These things right here wouldn't have been a better choice. So, KraveN, are you gonna... you know, win anytime soon? I honestly can't say why KraveN... I suppose he would want to wait for the mothership, but he doesn't need to. He hasn't for a long time, and I'm sure he knows it. He has to know it. He has to, like, know that Reya has been basically forced onto this only base. He only just recently got this, and it's been mined so much only because of those mules. And right now, that is basically what is keeping Reya alive, or enabling him to come back into the game to get his supply maxed out to be able to defend the frontier. And yeah, see those cannons? They did nothing. I don't know why KraveN put those there. But, the transition, or rather, the addition of a mothership has been made now for KraveN. So this should probably be his cue to move in. Although, a mothership is an armored unit, and KraveN has been making Colossi, which has been forcing Reya to make Vikings, so... well, whatever. Maybe he just wants the Vortex. Oh, but this is going to be really good for KraveN if he pushes. There we go. Catches that army. Oh, no, but storms most of his zealots. Oh, the storms kind of whiffing at the units running away just a little too fast. But now... oh, Reya needs to make sure to unload that medevac. Hate it when that happens. That's a lot of army way back the hell there for Reya. That's not helping this direct engagement right now. So KraveN's being given the liberty of being able to just steamroll through this. Running in the Zealots and Immortals into there. This Vortex going down there. And is he... wait, can the mothership not go into its own Vortex? Ah, no! KraveN! Your mothership! You left it! Oh, it almost got taken out. Oh, maybe that was a bait? Who knows? Blinking the Stalker's a little forward, but just look at all those siege tanks. Storm's not going to help much. Ah, there we go. That's what KraveN needed. Lots and lots of Zealots. That'll take care of these siege tanks. No problem. And with the Colossus still here kicking around, this should be it for Reya now. Although, oh, look at that. Fortified bunker with the extra units inside. Proving to be just a little bit more annoying than KraveN had initially intended. But, you know, he does have Colossus still. And he so can just... no. My defense. No, indeed. You maybe should have tried putting planetaries there instead of engineering bays. It was good effort, though, Reya. Good effort. KraveN, what does he remax his... okay, lots of Zealots. Just lots of Zealots. No anti-air left here. So, that turtle. It wasn't much of a turtle, since this side of the game has been open for the entire game. KraveN, that was... you coulda... well, I'm sure he'll push and win eventually. This game does indeed end, so... maybe he was waiting for that. Or maybe he just wants to make it look fancy with a huge another maxed army. Oh. Excuse me for that. Now, Reya trying to push out to distract KraveN, but KraveN is maxed with Zealot Archon, Colossus, and a mothership. And Reya has Marines and 2 Marauders. Okay, he does have units back there too, but... oh, carriers. When did KraveN get carriers? Well, I guess I'll just keep talking about how cool the Protoss units look. Yes, I was surprised too. Nobody saw this coming. Who uses carriers? Oh yeah, there's like death and destruction going on over here. Oh, there we go. Reya calling the GG. Good game for these players. Hope you enjoyed that cast, and maybe I'll see you again soon.